My name was Dora Napier and was born in Nesfield Street off Walton Lane. The landmarks were very important in those days, and I remember the names very well. There were public baths in Donaldson Street, which we called the slipper baths. In those days, very few people had baths in their houses other than tin baths, and sometimes it was easier to go to the public baths. The lady measured the water in the bath to check you hadn't used too much, as you were only allowed 5 inches. The next street to Donaldson Street was Glacier Street, which was the home of a church called Crete Hall. The founding members of the church were originally from a place near to Great Homer Street called Crete Street, hence the name. Vienna Street School was an air raid shelter during World War II. Women were called up for work. I was called up to a factory in Long Lane, Aintree, where they made weapons for war effort. I worked there for 2 or 3 years, which was the term of my conscription. I personally made Sten guns, and in particular the breech block, which was a very precise job, and I had to work to within 1/1000th of an inch. The firm was based in London, to be exact, the Arsenal, and the men came up from there to help with our factory. To get to Long Lane, I would get the bus. The weather was very bad in those days during the winter, mostly down to the coal fires people heated their homes with. We would keep the cinders for backing the fire and had to have the chimney swept regularly. The only problem with this is that people couldn't always afford to get them swept, so they packed the chimney with newspaper and set fire to it to burn the soot away. You'd see the flames shooting out of the top of the stack. This was illegal and punishing by fine if you were caught, which my mother did once. She was fined 5 shillings and 5 shillings costs.